Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Couch Potato. It's your girl Sweet Potato, and today we are talking about T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle. So let's get right into it because I'm in a rush on my break. But I got a whole bunch of notes because a lot happens. So I'm gonna just start off with T.I. and Tiny. So this episode was more about the kids than them. But so Tiny picked up her son King from school, and she was just kind of joking with him, asking him like, "Oh, you talking to any of these girls that's out here?" And he was just like, "No." And she was like, "Well, are you talking to anybody? You got a girlfriend?" And he was saying that yeah, he talking to this girl, but he ain't gonna tell her name or all of that. But just know like she pretty and she look like a lion. She got a whole bunch of hair, and I'm just like, a lion, like. Okay, for descriptions. Anyway, she Tiny asked him, was he sexually active? And he was like, whoa, like what? But he was like, nah, he a virgin, but he said he's done other things. And she's like, other things like what? So he didn't really elaborate on it, and she was like, well, you need to talk to your daddy. So then in another scene, T.I., Tiny, and King sit down and they having a conversation. So Tiny bring it up like, your son, I think he need the sex talk or whatever. And T.I. was just like, well, what you got going on or whatever? And he was like, well, I'm a virgin. And he was like, okay, good. And then she was like, yeah, but they got other things other than, having sex. And T.I. was like, well, what that man do with his hand is his business. Trying to be funny. But she was like, no, stuff that involve girls. And he was like, wait, what? So then he was like telling King, like, look, you need to slow down. And, you need to learn more about yourself and learn more about life before you go into that step, right? But they also find out that the little girl, King had bought the little girl 2 outfits, and then T.I. was like, school just started, you just met this girl, like, why are you buying her gifts and stuff? And Tiny was just like, well, he get that gift giving trait from his daddy, because as we saw in the last episode, that's what T.I. does. He just buy her gifts and whatever. But the little girl parents was uncomfortable with him buying her gifts or whatever, so they decided to set up a little meeting to meet the girl parents. So then later on in the episode, Tiny met up with the girl's mom. The little girl's name was Ellie. And apparently she's a little older than King, like she's a sophomore and I guess King a freshman. But anyway, she was very, very pretty girl, and she had natural hair. And it was a lot of hair, but it wasn't like a lion. When I'm thinking lion, I'm thinking like a mane. You know what I'm saying? She was real cute though. So they met at the skating rink. So the two of them go off skating while they sitting down to talk, and it was just extra quiet and awkward for a second. So then Tiny kind of broke the ice and was just kind of trying to get into what they talking about. And she was like, King just always kind of been this way. When he was little, his little first girlfriend, he bought her a dog, and the lady was like, please don't buy Ellie a dog. So that was just pretty much agreed that they gon' keep everything to keep an eye on both of the kids, and just keep everything to a minimum, and like keep the gift giving to a minimum as well. So that was that for that. But later in the episode, Tiny is getting packed for Trinidad. Her stylist there and Toya come over to look at stuff, and she just kind of reminisces on past trips that her and T.I. have taken together, and just how nice some of those were. And she was like, this trip it's gonna be just the two of them, no phones, no nothing, and he need to show up for her, if you know what I mean. I'm just like, okay. Anyway, so the stylist is showing all of this different lingerie and stuff, and Toya all squealing and being extra and all of that stuff, and I'm just like, Okay. Just okay. Anyways, Toya asked her, will they gonna move back in together? And Tiny was like, well, what if I get mad at him? And I'm just like, y'all been together for 18 years and you mean to tell me that you don't know what to do if y'all living in the same house and you get mad at him? And Toya was like, go downstairs. Like, what you mean? Be blowing my mind. I just feel like, do people with money just go buy separate houses from their spouse just because they can? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it'd be a disadvantage whenever you are super rich and married, because it's just like Dr. Simone and Cecil from Married to Medicine. Like, they got two separate houses, and it's just, but they both living in one. Like, in my mind, when you rich and you got separate houses, you know, one is probably a vacation home or something like that, or you got other properties and you probably rent them out or something. Not that y'all married, but y'all just live in two separate houses. Like, I feel like our parents and grandparents had the advantage that we having some difficulties in our relationship, but guess what? We ain't got no money, so we can find to this one tight space. I'm gonna go in this room, you go in that room, and then whenever we get tired of being by ourselves and we actually want to work and talk this situation out, then we gonna come back in this one room together and talk about it. Somebody just came in my office and they got like the most hair in life. It was beautiful, but don't even worry about it. Anyway, so Toya suggests that instead of them moving back into one of the two homes that they already have, that they buy a home together, like a restart or whatever, and you know, it's all nice and cool, and they just have what they want from both houses in one house. And Tiny was like, I think that's a good idea. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. Moving on. So, let's talk about Monica. So, Monica and Toya go to a farmer's market, and they just both kind of talk about how country the other person is. And I find it funny because I'm from Louisiana. I'm not from New Orleans. People from New Orleans to people from Baton Rouge are country, but people from New Orleans call Baton Rouge people country because New Orleans is the city. You know what I'm saying? Which it is, but they closer to the bayou than us Baton Rouge people are, which means they got more Cajun, more coon ass people down there and stuff like that. So their speech isn't as clear. But granted, I know I'm country as hell, so like I might not be the perfect example, but I can say that a guy that I dated in high school, when he went to college, his roommate was from Atlanta. And when I met him and he was talking, I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with him? Like, he wasn't completing words, therefore he wasn't completing sentences, and I'm just like, I can't understand nothing that you're saying. So like, he sound like what that character that be on Ricky Smiley radio show, Black Tony. That's how the dude sounded. And my husband, he used to live in Atlanta when he was young, and he was like, that's exactly what niggas from Atlanta sound like. So just, I feel like both country, and we all in the South, so I don't know why people be trying to separate themselves. Like, we all country, and that's just what it is. But I thought that was, you know, a cute little whatever. Anyway, Monica tells Toya, like, she kind of feeling some type of separation anxiety now because Shannon, her husband, you know, he was in a bad car accident that put him down from playing in the league. Well, now he better, so he's trying to get back in the league and get on the team and stuff. And she just feel like nervous about them not being together all the time no more. And I'm just like, you wasn't with him all the time before he got hurt. I mean, let that man go work. I just be like, I get it, but like, I don't get it. So anyway, later on we see We're at Monica's house. It's her daughter Leia's 5th birthday party, and it's a carnival. And I was like, oh, that's so cute, because my son, he's about to turn 5 in January, and I want to have a carnival. I was like, look at this, great minds and whatnot. But it was just like over the top. And then Latoya Lucky and Tommy, they show up or whatever, and Monica was looking for Madison, the daughter, and she was like, oh, she with her mama or whatever. And Monica was like, well, listen, I need to find out like the scheduling, because I think I want to surprise the kids with a Disney cruise. Now in the confessional, Latoya and Tommy was like, you want to surprise these kids, but we took Madison to Disney World for 4 days, and then she forgot all about it. Later on, she was like, I ain't never been to Disney. And then they was like, oh, word. And you never got to worry about going back. Y'all, my sinuses is acting all the way up. I'm telling y'all, the weather right now in Louisiana is ridiculous. It done been hot, it done been freezing, it done been all things in the past 5 days. So sorry. Let me see what else happened with Monica. I was taking my little notes, they all over the place. Oh, so at the party, Monica tells Latoya about Leia's birth, and she was like, she could show her a video, girl. And then Latoya was like, I'm good, do not try to freak me out, like I'm straight. And then Monica tells Latoya about her blended family situation, and they was just kind of talking about how even though you get your bonus babies and you love them like they're your own child from your own body, like they still got certain boundaries that you can't cross because of the other parent. And I felt that. And Latoya was like, that's why I come talk to you about this stuff, because I'm pretty much becoming you know, a mother in love, like overnight, you know, and you've been doing this or whatever. So it was cool. I feel like Monica gonna be able to help Latoya navigate her little situation or whatever. So let's talk about Reginae, because Latoya ain't had too much on her own. So let's talk about Reginae right quick. So Reginae and Zanique, they link up or whatever. Reginae gives her a tour of her house, which I'm just like, 19 years old and got a house, you're blessed. Not an apartment, you know what I'm saying? Like normal people, not an apartment, not a like townhouse, condo, a house. I ain't mad. So she give us a little tour, and so they stop and sit down. And then Zanique was just like, you know, I barely been seeing you because you've been booed up real heavy or whatever. And you know, Reginae let her know, like her mom, like she told her mom about, you know, not going back to school, and she wasn't happy about it and was kind of blaming it on Lucci. And then she was just like, so since she ain't going back, like she got to get into a movie, and her acting got to be serious. She don't just want to continue to be you know, rich kid with 2 rich parents or whatever. So she just gonna you know, pretty much skate through life, like she want to try to get it on her own or whatever. And she talks about how just being with Lucci and just living in the moment. Like she feel like she understand what her mama's saying about not being with no rapper and making mistakes and whatever. She was just like, she feel like her grandparents probably said the same thing about her dating Lil Wayne, but your mama and daddy not together no more. Like, I get the point, but like that's why your mama saying this, because they ain't together no more. Anyways, though, she just want to make her own mistakes, and some kids got to learn like that. So let her do her thing. But she was just like, she think that Zanique doing the right thing by keeping her relationship with Izzy pretty much low key and off of social media, even though now they been on social media a whole bunch lately. Anyway, so Reginae, she meets up with Lucci, and they discuss, you know, her mom's thoughts and feelings about their relationship or whatever. But they also talk about their relationship and how it's just real public and it's on social media, and just kind of how they met and started hanging out. But then pretty much a fan saw them together, took a picture, and then boom, it was just out there. Like, And it is what it is. Later, Reginae and Zanique and Deja, they take an acting class. And Zanique was like, she was just there to support Reginae, but she, want to get into acting and stuff too. I felt like with the little scenes that the guy gave them, I felt like Reginae actually did pretty good. Zanique was just kind of goofy the whole time. I don't know if it's just because she was acting up against Reginae or not, but like Reginae was able to stay in character. Granted, these were some hood ass characters, and I think that Reginae is a hood ass bitch. So, like she just bougie though, heavier on the ghetto, but she got money so she can, front as classy. That's all. Anyway, but the acting coach tells her, I feel like you good, but you need to keep on practicing or whatever. Now, lastly, Toya. So Toya's mom, Nita, has moved from New Orleans to Atlanta to be closer to them. Especially since, her brother's passed. Now, it's coming up on 2 years since her brothers both passed, and it was all over the news in 2016, like her brothers, got murdered or whatever. So they planning a memorial for them in New Orleans. So she just kind of talk about her brother's personalities and how she was close to Rudy the most because he moved in with her when he was 7, and she pretty much raised him, like that was her child, because her mama was on drugs and stuff like that, and it was just a lot. So but she expressed how she always have to be the strong one in the family because the mama been on and off drugs for a long time and all of that stuff. So Monica says that she needs to do some healing from her father hurting her in the past or whatever. And y'all, I'm trying to make sure my alarm don't go off because it is in like 2 minutes. Anyway, Toya's mom, whenever she moved to Atlanta, she brought Toya's brother Josh's daughter with her, so she's living out there too. So they discussed the memorial plans. They plan to go to New Orleans, go to the mausoleum where the brothers are, just bring some stuff with their family, and then go take a boat ride or whatever. So, like, her mom cleaned off of drugs, and then, Toya was just trying to give her some encouraging words, like, certain people you can't be around, like, be here with your family, be a grandma, like, cook, that's what you like to do, just do stuff that, gonna keep you on a straight and narrow. Like, everybody that's around you or that want to be around you, that don't mean that they for you, and that's a word. That's a word. So at the end of the episode, they go to New Orleans, and like, y'all, it's so freaking sad. Like, they family come together, and then Toya was just talking to her brothers, like, I'm here, everybody here, like, Josh, your baby here. And like, the poor little girl, she just was crying so hard for her daddy, and it's just like, oh my God. And Reginae, she was crying too. She was just talking about, like, she can't handle it. She was like, Rudy, that was her brother. Like, that was her brother. She grew up with him. And it's just like, I don't know, whenever you gotta bury somebody so young, you know what I'm saying, that's so difficult to do. Like, especially with Toya's mom, like, you expect for your kids to bury you, not the other way around. So that's a painful thing to have to go through, for one. And then Toya, like she said, especially with Rudy, like, she raised him. So not only was it like her burying her brother, but it was like her burying her son. Like, it's a lot. And all of them pretty much broke down. But overall, like, it was good. But like she said, she feel like it's never getting easier. And it won't. It won't. That's just a fact of life. Like, it's not gonna get no easier or whatever. Like, your life go on and stuff be moving and going, but that ain't gonna make you not hurt for that person no more and not mourn that person. So yeah, they went and they got on the boat, and they released some flowers out, and it was beautiful. It was a good episode. Like, a whole bunch happened, and I really like the format of this show. It's not overly dramatic. Like, it, you know, like, it got enough drama to keep us interested, but it's not overly dramatic in a way like they all fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's normal life stuff. Well, rich people life. It's normal rich people life stuff. So I really enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I gotta go back to work, child. But it's your girl, Sweet Potato. This has been Couch Potato. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.